An absolutely crazy shooting spree has occurred in Western Australia on Saturday. It was a 7-hour ordeal. There's a lot of events. It reads like a Hollywood movie script. I'm not going to be able to go through every last detail perfectly. Of course, you can read through the text, but I'll try to give you as good of an outline as I can. So, the crazy string of events started 5:20 p.m. on Saturday. 5 people were driving along in a black Mitsubishi Triton ute. They were on the Albany Highway in North Bannister, Western Australia. And then at the side of the road, they see a red Holden Commodore. It appeared that the Commodore had crashed. So, being good citizens, the driver of the black Mitsubishi Triton ute pulled over close to the red Holden Commodore, which appeared to be crashed. And one man, one of the passengers, ran out of the black Mitsubishi Triton ute towards the red Holden Commodore to see what was going on, to see if any of them were injured, needed any assistance. At which point, a man accompanied by a woman emerged from the bushes. The man had a gun. The woman ran in front of the Mitsubishi Triton ute. If I'm understanding the article correctly, she was trying to stop the Mitsubishi Triton ute from driving away. The gunman pointed the gun towards the occupants of the Mitsubishi Triton ute. In a panic, the driver of the Mitsubishi Triton ute attempted to drive away. The gunman discharged one round. It penetrated the passenger side window and exited through the driver's side window, so extremely dangerous. Thankfully, nobody was hit. But the driver of the Mitsubishi Triton ute didn't abandon his friend, the man that ran out of the Mitsubishi ute, to try to help those people in the red Holden Commodore. So the driver of the Mitsubishi ute drove back to try to rescue the man that had jumped out of the Mitsubishi ute, and the gunman fired once more, hitting the Mitsubishi ute. Again, thankfully, none of the passengers nor the driver were injured. We're told that another vehicle was also stopped by the occupants of the red Holden Commodore, and I may be misunderstanding this, but it seems that the Mitsubishi ute drove off, if I'm understanding this correctly, and another vehicle again stopped to try to help the occupants of the red Holden Commodore. That second vehicle was a Volvo station wagon, and the occupants of that vehicle also had a gun pointed at them. The occupants of the Volvo station wagon surrendered their vehicle. The article isn't entirely clear, but it does seem that the gunman and the woman that was with the gunman, a 24-year-old woman, got into the Volvo station wagon and fled the scene. They were involved in another highway drama at around 10:30 p.m., so 5 hours later, when police received reports that a man was following a woman driving in Merredin and had pointed a gun at her. The vehicle concerned, the Volvo station wagon, was spotted at a service station around half an hour later. Police approached in a vehicle, and the gunman with the woman drove off at speed. There was a car chase, which ended around 45 minutes later, at which point a 24-year-old woman got out of the Volvo and she was promptly arrested. As far as we understand, police demanded that the driver of the stolen Volvo get out of the car, but he refused. He puts a rifle in his mouth and takes his own life. Police were not able to revive him. He was dead at the scene, and his identity has not been released to the public at this point in time. So there we go. I've gone through the details quite thoroughly. Not entirely thoroughly. There's a little bit more to the story, but it reads like such a hectic situation. Why would the gunman do this? We don't know. Seemingly he didn't value his life. He didn't want to go to jail. He took his own life. That doesn't bother me in the least, frankly. I'm grateful that nobody was injured. As far as I understand, he shot at the occupants within the black Mitsubishi ute. He pointed a gun at the occupants of the Volvo station wagon. He was chasing a female driver in the Merredin area. He was being a general hazard to all sorts of people for more than 7 hours. What was the 24-year-old woman's involvement? She was with the man the entire time. Was she a willing participant? Were they partners in crime? Or was she a hostage? We don't know. My take on it is that she was a willing participant. She ran in front of the Mitsubishi Triton ute to attempt to block the Triton ute from running away. So that suggests, doesn't conclude, but suggests that she was involved. But perhaps she was put in a dreadful situation. Perhaps her life was at risk. We don't know the full story. But she has been arrested. We're not told of her details. We're not told of the charges that are laid against her. As far as I understand, nobody has been injured other than the gunman himself, who took his own life. It's going to be incredibly traumatic for really all those people that were involved in the shootings, in the carjackings, the road rage. Anyone involved in this is going to be very, very shaken. So let's hope and pray that they're able to overcome the trauma. There was that man that ran out of the Mitsubishi ute. He had a gun pointed at him, and then the gunman shot at the Triton ute as it drove away. We're not told if the occupants of the Triton Ute were able to pick him up or not. That part isn't clear. We're not told again of any injuries other than the gunman taking his own life, so I'm presuming that that man who bravely ran out to assist what he thought was people that had crashed their red Holden Commodore, he was very brave to try to assist. Let's hope he's okay. I presume he is. For sure he's going to be facing trauma, shock. What a terrible situation to be in. I guess I could say full condolences to the family and friends of the gunman. Perhaps they knew him to be a normal human being. Perhaps not. Perhaps they were aware of his issues. Whatever those issues happen to be. Could be mental health issues. Could be that he's rotten to the core. Could be that he's a gang member, criminal, drug dealer. We don't know. But again, and hopefully no one finds this offensive, but it does read like a Hollywood movie, a Hollywood script. I'm just glad no one was hurt apart from the gunman. Don't give a fuck about the gunman, personally. So there we go. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. If you're in a position to consider joining my memberships, please do. If you're able to drop a super thanks, that would be great. But of course, you don't have to. I'm going to thank you for your time and take care.